Hello, my friends. This is Bobby D coming to you live from Talamban, Cebu, Philippines. And this is a special show today. We're talking about the horrific incident of a 6-year-old boy shooting his teacher. And this is in reference to gun violence, child gun violence, specifically in the United States of America and, perhaps around the world. Things are happening at lightning speed today, and children are growing up faster. And we have a lot of technology where children can pick up stuff in the blink of an eye and they start to emulate what they see. So today we're going to talk about this incident that happened in Virginia. Very, very tragic event that happened in the United States of America, Newport News, Virginia, on last Friday. And I was very shocked to hear about it. One of my members sent me some information about it. So I thought I would do some type of video so that we can bring awareness to the problem, not only of gun violence in America, but around the world, but also as it pertains to violence, gun violence in our youth. Yep. Back in my day, it was unheard of for a student to carry a loaded pistol in his backpack. Yeah. It boggles my mind. Yeah. But again, that is the way the world is heading. And we as citizens of the world have to deal with whatever situation come about. The thing we're going to look at today is, here's the thumbnail for today. Let's get right into it. Boy shoots teacher. That's the teacher right there. Newport News, Virginia teacher, Abigail Zwerner, young lady. And she was just doing her job. Yeah. And next thing you know, the little boy did his job, and he gunned her. He put a bullet in her, point blank. Okay. What was on his mind? What was his motivation? What was his attitude? Why? That's what we want to know. And we will never know what exactly happened in that child's mind, because we're not that child. We can speculate, we can emulate, we can translate, we can do all that kind of stuff, but we will never, ever know what caused that child to do what he did. And as a result of his actions, a teacher, a trusted member of society, has been injured critically. She's recovering now, but the injury will always be on her body as a memory and a testament to what a 6-year-old little boy did to her in the midst of her trying to teach that young kid. My guys, my ladies and gentlemen, this is a sad day for the world, not just for the United States of America or the state of Virginia, but for the entire world. Our children are being raised and are not being taken care of, and they're not being raised properly. They're not being trained properly, and more importantly, they're not being supervised properly by the parent in the home. Now, many of you will blame the teacher. Many of you blame, well, she bullied them. Okay, whatever. But she didn't shoot herself. The young kid did that. And so as the people that are left here, we need to deal with why. And then when we get to the why, we need to get to the root of the why. What caused the why to be? Okay? And when we examine the why and the root of the why, that's when we can get solutions to the problem of gun violence in children and in our world and adults as well. Okay? I got a video for you. When we get through the video, we're going to examine some facts about gun violence. Are you with me? That was my focus. I gave you my focus today, verbally, not on a slide. So you can understand where we're headed with this. As we get through the video, I'm going to give you some information about gun violence in children as it pertains to the United States. But when you think about violence in America, it's America's the leading country in the world of violence, gun violence. Okay, we lead every other country in every other statistics when it comes to gun violence. That's just where we are. Yeah. And so we need to get to the bottom of why it's happening, the root cause, and then develop solutions so it will not, we can mitigate the circumstance so it may not happen again. Okay. Are you with it? Let's go. So I'm going to look at the video real quick. I did a quick video on it, get you up to par on what happened, because some of you just, you must be in left field, don't know what happened, But there was a very tragic incident happened. So I'm going to open up your eyes with this video right now. You ready? Let's go. Maceo! Let's go. Roll it.
We as a society are failing our teachers and our students by not offering them a safe place to work and to learn.
Outrage for change and calls for support in a packed vigil for beloved teacher Abigail Zwerner, who many are calling a hero. Zwerner, her co-workers and students affected called Z, is recovering in unstable condition after authorities say a 6-year-old student brought admittedly a handgun to school on Friday, firing a single round in a classroom while she was teaching.
She took a defensive position where she raised her hand. The round went through her hand, exited the rear of her hand, and into her upper chest.
Police say the shot was intentional, but can't speak to what was going through his mind at the time.
I believe that the actions were at or towards the teacher, but you never know how someone's going to want to react with a firearm with students. And we're talking about a 6-year-old child. I don't know what all was going through that child's mind.
After being hit, she quickly ushered her students to safety.
I believe she did save lives, because I don't know what else might have happened if those kids would have stayed in that room.
Police say she was the last to leave her classroom when she woke up in the hospital.
She asked me, first question, do you know how my students are? She was worried about them.
Investigators say this firearm came from the child's home, legally purchased by his mother. The child is under a temporary detention order and is receiving treatment at a medical facility. Legal experts say it's unlikely the child would face charges because of something called the infancy defense that argues children that young are unable to form criminal intent. Police say it'll be up to the local prosecutors to determine if the child's parents will face any charges. Teachers who work with Abigail Zwerner say she was as selfish on Friday as she is every day. Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You've gotten a bird's eye view of what exactly transpired on last Friday in the state of Virginia in the United States of America. Young kid, 6-year-old boy, for some unknown reason, took a pistol, a 9mm handgun, and shot his teacher point blank in the chest. The teacher was critically wounded. Abigail Zwerner, or that many people call her Z, she is now recovering in a hospital in Newport News, Virginia. She is in stable condition, thank goodness. And the young child is in held detention by the state. And he is currently receiving medical attention. Now, we know he didn't get hurt. So why is he receiving medical? He's receiving mental, Medical could also be mental, mental, medical attention. They're trying to talk to him, ease his mind, figure out what's going on, and to get his mind suited to where it should be rather than injuring another individual. Okay. Now, the parents were the ones that bought the weapon. The mother bought the weapon legally. The question is, how did the young child get that weapon? And why would a parent leave a weapon available such that a young child, 6-year-old boy, could obtain that weapon, enter it, and put that weapon in his backpack, and then take it to school to injure another individual? That is a problem of parenting. Okay. So many would say, well, the parents didn't do anything wrong. The boy did the action. Yeah, he shot the woman. But the parents, my guys, are responsible for training the child. The parents, my guys, are responsible for supervising the child. Yeah. And the parents, my guys, if they have a handgun in their possession in their home, it is their responsibility and it is their accountability to place the handgun in a position, in a secure position, in a secure place where the young child would never be able to obtain the weapon. So in my particular viewpoint, ladies and gentlemen, I hold the child's parents utterly and totally responsible. Yeah, did they shoot the woman? No, the child's parents did not shoot the woman. The boy did it. But the boy is not capable of thinking or of committing a crime such as that. He's only going to act out on his anger. You can't blame a kid for doing that. A 6-year-old boy. He thinks it's a toy, you know? He doesn't know that if he shoot that woman, she may not ever come back. That doesn't faze him. He just wants to injure. He doesn't know to understand the consequences of it. So I blame the parents. That is my particular point. Many of you would say, no, Bobby, you can't blame. They couldn't keep him from getting the gun if he wanted to get it. And, he would break the box, be locked up. Come on, man, don't play with me with that craziness. The parents are responsible to place that weapon in a position where that child would never even know it's there. They are responsible to secure it, okay? And so I blame parents. That's my opinion. We're gonna look at your opinion today as we go through and ride a train. I got some facts I want to show you about gun violence and children right now. Now, those of you that are squeamish about gun information and stuff like that about children, you may want to look away, okay? But I'm gonna break it down to you like it's going on in the world, in the United States at least. We are the leader in crime. That's a bad category to be leading. We're the leader of the world in gun violence. We have the right to bear arms. That's why we do it. The Constitution guarantees us the right to bear arms, okay? And so what happens is we can't blame it on the Constitution. It's the people that bear arms and use it illegally, okay? It's the people that kill. And some of you blame it on the guns. Well, Bobby, if they didn't have the guns, they couldn't kill nobody. It doesn't matter. Guns are going to be here. They're not going away. People are going to be here. We're not going away. So we have to learn to use appropriate weapons appropriately for right use. And guns are to protect yourself. They are not to assault people, but that's what we're doing. The amendment, our Constitution, does not guarantee us the right to use a weapon and take someone's life or injure another victim. That's not in. I didn't read. Did you read that in the Constitution? I didn't read that in the amendment. Did you? Okay, all right. I thought so. So let's get that away from putting it on the Constitution. The Constitution is the Constitution, and it's not going to change no time soon. Okay, and so people, and you parents are responsible for managing their children, raising their children, training their children, and supervising them. And I think a lot of times what parents do is they take that responsibility and allow the students or allow the teachers in the school system to do their responsibility of training that child and making sure he does what's right. And because there's lazy parents out there. But let's go over the statistics I got for you right now. Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, gun violence is all too common in our society. According to the CDC in 2019, listen to me good, over 4,000 children and teens were killed by firearms in the United States of America. 4,000. These numbers are staggering and highlight the urgent need for action to protect our children. Yeah, got to protect our children from themselves, and we got to protect our children from being slaughtered by guns. Okay, that's just a statistic, man. Google it, look it up. Here's another one for you. The impact of child gun violence extends beyond just the child who was killed or injured. Families, friends, and entire communities can be left reeling from the trauma of gun violence. My guys, gun violence, whether it's a child, whether it's an adult, whether it's a teen, I don't care. It is traumatic. Abigail Zwerner will be feeling the results of that trauma for the rest of her life. Okay. Now, the young boy is only 6 years old. It's just a little thing to him. He'll forget it. This won't be a big thing to him. Children get over stuff like that. It was maybe just a game in his mind. He still needs counseling, but he'll recover from this and move on with his life. He won't be charged because of the infancy defense. Okay. You saw that in the video. Okay, so what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, we have to understand what can we do to prevent traumatic gun violence from our children and as well as from adults. Okay, it is important that we remember the human cost of this issue and support those who have been affected by it. For those of you that are looking at this video, looking at us right now, you need to do whatever you can to lend your support to Miss Abigail Zwerner. Now, you can say what you want. Well, you know, Bobby, I shouldn't help her. I need to help the child. Okay, help the child too if you want to. But the victim is the one we need to be looking at. And, the authorities will take care of the child. He's in a medical facility. He's getting the best psychiatric help, the best care he can right now, more than what his parents were able to do. Okay? So, but we need to help the one that will have a lifelong trauma regarding. Now, she has to, when she heals her body, when her body heals, she has to actually go back to work. Yeah. What is her profession? Teaching. She may not have the courage. Yeah. She may be psychologically damaged. We don't know. She needs our help. And if nothing else, you can't do anything else, pray. Pray for Abigail that she will recover physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially so she can integrate back into society and begin her profession as teaching again if she chooses to do so. I don't know about you, but if I was a teacher, and I wanted to be a teacher back in a long time ago, I was first going to school. I want to be a teacher, but I got that out of mind. Our teachers are underpaid and overworked. And America, not only America, but all over the world, has failed our teachers. Okay. And this incident that occurred on Friday is just one way of showing you our failure. We have utterly failed the teachers in this society and in this world. And it's reflecting every day. Teachers have to struggle with children, and they shouldn't have to do that. Teaching starts at home, not in this institution of a student of a school. Okay, now, a couple more. Here we go. While the problem of child gun violence is complex, there are steps that can be taken to reduce the number of incidents. This can include measures such as universal background checks, bans on assault weapons, and investment in mental health resources. It's also important to involve communities, parents, and young people in finding solutions for preventing child gun violence. Okay, so this prevention for child gun violence, it is a multiple problem, and it has to have multiple people or institutions to come to bring a viable solution to begin limiting child gun violence. It's just not one person that's going to. Family's not going to do it by themselves. They need resources from the schools, resources from the state, resources from the federal government. Everybody has to do what? Lend a hand in bringing this child gun violence problem to limiting or a solution. Okay, limiting the spread of it. Because I guarantee you, what happens when you see incidents like this, ladies and gentlemen, is that there's a lot of copycatters. Yeah, believe it or not, children are very, very good at what? Emulating. They're very, very good of doing what they see done. I'm sure there's a little kid out there, they did it, I'm going to do it too. Yeah, kids do that. So I guarantee you, have it again. I'm not trying to be negative. I just see the way the world is heading. Okay, and when you see something like this is the first time I've ever seen a 6-year-old kid, man, 6 years old, almost kill somebody in school. Yeah, and so people are looking at what happened, and there may be some incidents of this occurring again. Last one. Let's go. Here we go. Today, we've discussed disturbing statistics on child gun violence and the impact on its family and communities. It's clear that we must take action to prevent future incidents and protect our children. I hope this conversation has been informative and you'll consider joining the fight to end child gun violence. Okay? That's it, man. I covered it real good for you so you know what happened. And so did you know you have to be a part of this solution. You say, well, Bobby D, I don't have no children. I'm 48 years old. I'm 65 years old. I don't have no children. It's not my problem. It is your problem, buddy. You are a member of society, correct? You're living, you're breathing. That gun could have been pointed at you. Then you gonna say it's not your problem then? It's everybody's problem. And everyone has to be a part of the solution, whether you want to or not. Yeah. If you don't join into the solution, then you're joining into the problem. Let's join the solution and be positive. If you can't do anything else, ladies and gentlemen, pray about child gun violence. Pray for the little boy that shot his teacher, 6 years old, in a classroom full of students. Pray for the teacher that was injured. Thank God it wasn't fatal, but she's recovering. She's in stable condition. She was able to gather her sensibilities and get herself to the office and gather her children out of their classroom, because there's no telling what the boy could do. He could have got off a few more rounds, if he was really ticked off, there's no telling, So thank God, many people are calling Abigail Zwerner a hero. I'm not sure she's a hero. She was just doing her job. That's my opinion. Okay, and she did her job well. A hero goes beyond and above her job. I don't see her doing above and beyond. I see her doing, her job is to protect her children. That's her job. That's a part of her job. Okay, she was doing her job. Hero is reserved for people that go way up above and beyond the duties and responsibilities of their job. Okay, so I don't see she's a hero. She did her job, and I thank God she did her job. Okay, all right, guys. We're gonna ride this train for a little bit. We'll find out who's up in this camp today, and we're gonna talk. I want your reaction. I want your understanding. I want your commitment to what you see as a problem and what you see as a part of the solution. And I want you to be relevant to this situation that's happening. You can say, well, Bobby, it didn't happen to me. That stuff don't happen in my area, Bobby. We don't have that kind of stuff here. No, we don't do that, Bobby. Okay? Keep on living, mister. One of these days, it's going to knock on your door or next to your door. It might be somebody you know. Somebody you was friends with, or some acquaintance. You never know. Okay, so never say never. Okay, but keep an open mind and be positive of trying to find a solution to this serious problem that plagues our society. And it's not a plague just for America, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all might think so, but we are the leaders in gun violence. But gun violence, and violence in particular, is happening all over the world. Okay. I mean, many countries focus on us because we lead that category of gun violence, but there's always, look at Japan. Abe, one of the prime ministers of Japan, was slaughtered by a gun, was killed recently, several months ago, maybe last year sometime. And that in that country, gun violence is usually unheard of. Many people don't even use guns there. And the violence level is very low, but it happened. So never say never, because millions and millions and billions of guns and stuff is out there, not only in the United States of America, but all over the world. All right, we're gonna ride the train real quick. We out, man. People get ready. Whether the train is coming, don't need no ticket. You just get on. All you need is love. Who say it again? Say sweet, sweet love. Don't need no ticket. You just get on board. Get on board. Hey, all we need is love, baby. Love, L to the O to the V-E. Love, baby. Love makes the world go round. Love don't shoot nobody. Last time I checked, love don't kill. Love helps. Love heals. Love lifts you higher to another level. Okay? Love helps you to slay the devils that come at you. Love, baby, that's what the world needs. When I said toot, toot, you said all aboard. Toot, toot. When I said all aboard, you said toot, toot. All aboard, all aboard. Let's ride this train. You ready to ride this train, Bobby? DC One Day Show, the woman love. Playing with y'all today. Serious topic today. I laid it down to you right, tight, long, strong. If you didn't know what happened, now you know. And if you still don't know, you better ask somebody, because it's out here in the open. And if you can't see what's going on, you better get you some glasses like I got. And if you don't get you some glasses, get you some eye surgery like I got as well. Okay, let's go. We're gonna find out who ride train Bobby DC One Day Show. Look, I got me. I need to know who that first man. Come on. Okay, here we go. Who we got? What's up, Frederick? How you doing, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? He said, what's up, Bobby DC? Hey, man, we doing good, man. So good to see you in the house today. Ryan Train, Bobby DC, One Nation of the World. Perry Mason, he never lost a case. Perry Mason, we need to get you on the case, man. We got a young kid, 6-year-old, did some craziness. And the people, he left the entire world and United States of America wondering why. Why? Why would a 6-year-old do such a thing? Now, many people say, well, you know, he was bullied and the teacher was bullying him. I don't care. That's no reason. I got bullied in school. Didn't you, Barry? Did you get bullied? I don't know about y'all, man. I got bullied in school almost every day. My whole elementary life, I was bullied in school. I told you about the Lemon Brothers. Lemon Brothers was my mortal enemies. Y'all know the game out there called Mortal Kombat? You know that game people... They were my mortal enemies. Every day of my elementary school, from the first grade, I never had a kindergarten. My dad couldn't afford it. From the first grade until the 6th grade, I had to deal with them boys. You know, they were bullies. They bullied me. Yeah. You know, they wanted my lunch money. Yeah. And they want to beat me. All kind of craziness, man. And I wasn't having it. You know, I had to deal with that. You know, I told my brother, they said, you better fight, you know. I had to fight them boys, and they was bigger than me, so when I couldn't beat them, I cheated them. I ran. You know, so bullying is something that happens. It's common, but you got to know how to deal with it. We're making a bully a big deal here in the United States and all over the world. Now, people get bullied, and then they do stuff, but you got to know how to deal with stuff in life and not let the stuff deal with you. That's what the young kid did. His parents did. I repeat this. His parents, ladies and gentlemen, failed this young boy. Not only did his parents fail him, but society failed him. Not only the society, but the institution of his school system failed him. They should have checked his backpack when he came in the classroom, before he came in there, and they would have discovered that weapon. He was failed on so many levels, and everybody trying to point to the teacher. The teacher didn't shoot herself. Don't play with me with that, y'all. Please don't do that. Let's go, Terry. Hey, y'all give me Frederick Mason, give him his props, y'all. Let's go. Ryan Train, everybody. Who we got? Kakalake. What's up, man? He's hello. What's up, man? You got a little bit of word today. What's up? Normally he's a amazing Monroe's man. Where's the amazing at, Mr. Amazing? Where you at? Where you at, man? You hiding today? Come on out the closet, man. Let's go. Bring it to the. Hey, you know why he said hello? Because he know he's late. Number 2, Jeff won't do. What's up, Monroe? You good, man? So good to see you, man. Number 2 won't do, but you'll do just fine. Let's go, Ryan Train. Who we got? Mike McDermott. What's up, man? You good, man? Hey, good to see you, Mike, in the house today. Ryan Train, Bobby Lee, we want to we were up. He said, it's not gun violence. They could have used a knife. Yeah. You know, they could have used anything they wanted to, but he used, what did he use, Mike? He used the gun. So because of that, Mike, we're speaking about gun violence. So you are trying to alter the nature of this program. The nature of this program is regarding gun violence. Because the young kid used a gun. He used a weapon. Okay. So you're trying to change it, the emphasis and focus off of guns to other alternatives. Yes, but that's not what he used. He did not use a knife, Mike. He used a gun. So we're going to talk about gun violence. If he had used a knife, Mike, we would talk about knife violence. Okay, Mike? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. Ryan Train, Bobby DC, One Nation. Life in the North. He said, hello, Bobby from Greensboro, North Carolina. What's up, man? He finally got back in his groove. He finally got back in his groove. What's up, man? You good? So good to see you, Ryan Train, Bobby. Who we got? Kakalak, he said, amazing mayor. He bagging it up there, y'all. So good to see you back. Ryan Train, who we got? Frederick Mason. He said, hope y'all are having a good morning. Yes, we're having an awesome day in the Philippines. It's beautiful, bright. It's been raining all night last night. So today the sun is out. It's an awesome day here, and I feel good. How about you, Perry Mason? You good, man? You feel good? I feel good. I'm feeling real good right about now, man. And you know what? I'm feeling even better because I understand what happened, and I know that we have the capability of changing people's lives by making positive impressions upon this. We need to make some positive impressions upon that young man's life, young boy's life, and he will turn himself around. Now, again, for those of you say I'm trying to point that guns is the problem. Guns are not the problem. I think I mentioned part of that in my opening remarks. It's not the gun that kills. It's the person that shoots the gun to kill. So we need to deal with the individual. For those of you that like Mike may have thought, and I'm talking about, well, we need to get the guns off the street. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. We have until the Constitution's changed, we have the right to bear arms. Okay, that right's not going away. I don't see where the Constitution will be amended to change that, take that out in no time soon. So we have to learn how to bear arms appropriately. We have to learn how to bear arms properly, and we have to learn how to not take the arms and kill needlessly. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. So don't get me wrong. Okay, I know many of y'all have weapons out there right now. You know, you probably got an Uzi sitting up in your closet. I know you do. Some of y'all do. I know a lot of guys they just like weapons. You know, I like automatics, they like 9mm. You know, they just like to have them hanging around. You know, it's okay, man. I'm not coming against you. You have the right to have that as long as you're doing it legally. Okay, but there are people that will use those weapons inappropriately. That's what I'm referring to. The people that do that. I'm not trying to say we need to. We're back. I got cut for a little minute. All right, Life in North Carolina. He said, "Congrats, Frederick. You're number one." Frederick wasn't playing this morning, man. He did it right. You know, well, out there in the United States, it's nighttime, but nighttime is the right time wherever you are in this world. Let's go, Ryan Train Bobby. Who we got? Murphy. Hey, he said, "Frederick Mason on the scene like a sex machine. Number one." Yeah. Hey, Fred Perry Mason ain't playing. He got a new lease on life. We took a year off from the show, and he said, "I'm back now, and I ain't playing no games. Number one is who I am, and he said, I'm gonna show you what I'm working with." He gonna show us what he working with. He working with that number one. Let's go, Roger. Who we got? Murphy Hayes. Hello, Monroe. What's up, my brother? So good to see you. Riding train, Bobby DC, One Nation of the World, my love. Frederick Mason. He's North Carolina. What's up, man? Thank you very much. Smooth sounds in the house. What's up? Congrats. I'm number one and two. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Number one and two. Number one tells you something about an individual. When he's first, means he's motivated. He got some unction about him. You know, he don't want to be the last. He want to be the first and not the last. You know, that's how I am. If it's something good, I want to be at the top, baby. Don't put me down at the bottom. If it's something bad, put me at the bottom. That's how I function. But yeah, let's go back to the topic, man. It is important, ladies and gentlemen, whether you have children, whether you don't have children, that you ensure that you can touch their lives in a positive way. Okay. I mean, positive way. If you see a child in the street and they're doing something wrong, you don't have to forcefully tell them not to do that. Question them, sir, kid, hey, young man, you think you should be doing that? Is that something that kids your age should be doing? Question them. What's wrong with that? You know, you're not their parent, but you're a member of society, and you have a right to question when you see wrong. You know, and stuff like that. That's how you can make a positive. It's small, but it's meaningful, and you never know the impact that child may receive from when you talk to them in a positive manner. Let's go, right, Jane. Who we got? Frederick, he said, "Yes, sir. What it do, man? You know, that dude just right, tight, long, strong." Ryan Train, who we got? Murphy here. He said, "Smooth. What's up? Let's go, Ryan Train. Who we got? Murphy. It do real good, sir, Murphy. Ryan Train, who we got? Frederick Mason. Smooth sound. What's up, my brother? Hey, that's how we do, y'all. When we get on the show, this is I keep telling you, this is a community, ladies and gentlemen, of like-minded, like-thinking people. Okay, we're not totally alike. We're not, exact carbon copies of each other, but we were raised similarly, and we have similar backgrounds. We have similar concepts of life, and we appreciate those that have that same type of concept. And so when we get on the show, we show our appreciation for the other members showing up. We greet each other. You know, each one meet one, each one greet one, each one teach one. You know, meet one, greet one, teach one. You know, that's what we do on the show. Boo, he said the child will not be charged because he's 6 years old. He's under the age of understanding. If I'm not mistaken, even the Bible says the child's not responsible at age. I don't know about that part, but the Bible, man, my God, I had to look that up. But the Bible, let me tell you what I know that the Bible says about a child. And I told you this yesterday. The Bible says to train up a child in the way that he should go, and that when he is old, he will not depart from it. So That's very, very true. That's why it's so critical that these medical practitioners, psychiatric people get in touch with this young boy and train his mind off of the wrong thing he did. Okay, because if you don't, if nobody does it, nobody intervenes with him, he will continue doing things like that in the future. He has to know what he did was wrong, and that what he did was unacceptable, not only in his classroom, but should be unacceptable in his home and in the community at large. He does not know that. And you know, he doesn't have an understanding yet of right and wrong. I don't think so. I don't think his mind is ready to has grasped those concepts yet. So it's up to the community to train and retrain. Now his parents, he needs his parents. Don't get me wrong. The young boy needs his parents. Everybody needs mom and dad, a place of reference, a place knowing where they came from, and their mom and dad should love them as well. But he does not need their parents because to train them, because they failed him. And until the parents get training, they have no business training him ever again. Okay. Now, eventually, I believe that child should be reunited with his family, mom and dad. But both parties, the child and the mom and dad, need training. Okay. They need their minds reshaped, because it's obvious to me that the parents did not do a good job in training their child. They failed him. Whatever teaching they gave him in the home, they have failed that young boy. He may have been distressed at home. He may have had him depressed, and they should have recognized that and dealt with it. Right? He may have even said, "Well, you know, my teacher, she bullied me. I'm tired, mommy. I'm tired." No, she might have been saying that. We don't know. We don't know. Okay. Whatever happened in the home, they should have caught it, nipped it in the bud, and dealt with it. And maybe this incident would never have occurred. Is he responsible? No, he's not. He's responsible, literally responsible for shooting the woman. But he's not of age. He won't be held. He should not be. If they do it, it's wrong. He should not be held and locked up. Is that something? 6-year-old boy? Come on, man. He's not a grown man. He's not a teenager. Teenagers, their minds are more developed. They have a better understanding of right and wrong. Okay. This young kid, his level of thinking is not there yet. Okay. So we cannot hold him accountable by putting him in law in jail. Let's go, Ryan Chain. Who we got? Smooth side. He said, "Yes, you're welcome, man. Thank you so much." Ryan Chain, Bobby Lisi, One Nation, the Room of Love. Who we got? Who? He said the gun had to be near the mother's bed, already loaded but not locked, and she let that child see where she put it. Okay. That's a possibility. I'm not sure what I didn't get the details of where the gun was in the home yet. But it's a possibility that she left it where he could see it, because apparently he knew where it was and he got it when they weren't looking, and he put it in his backpack. Okay. So that's another way that these parents failed this child. Okay. They left the gun available to the young child to pick up, put it in. It was loaded, a loaded weapon. And apparently he knew how to use it. The parents may have been playing with it with him. I don't know. I just don't know. But that's another failure of the parents. Those of you that have children in this audience, that you're looking at this video right now, and you have a weapon in your home, my God, please put the weapon away, lock it up, put it in a box with a lock and key, and put it somewhere where they will never be able to get to it. Okay, small children or even teenagers. Okay. That's the way you do if you have a loaded weapon. I've never had a weapon in my home ever. Okay. The only weapon I got is the Lord and the word of God. That's my weapon. Okay. I just believe that's how I do. But when I get back to the USA, if I have to go back there and live again permanently, I will get me a weapon, because that's my right under the Constitution. I have the right to bear arms, but it'll be legally, and I won't do it. I won't go take the weapon and abuse it. Okay. That's how you do. Let's go around train about DC One Nation, the group of love. Who we got? Frederick Mason. He said, "This gun violence is truly sad in this country. And this hasn't just started. It's been this way for long." Yeah. Gun violence has been ever since this country was founded. Yeah. It's like the wild, wild west out here now. And it's getting worse and worse every year. That's why we're leading gun violence nation in the world. Yeah. There's a lot of good things about this country we live in, called the United States of America. But at the same time, there's a lot of bad things. And that's why the good things are why the immigrants are trying to come here right now on the southern border. They want a good life. They want to live free. But along with the good things, you have to accept the bad. The bad part is that gun violence could happen at any moment, anywhere in the world, but more importantly, it happens more in the United States than anywhere else in the world. That is just a fact. And so you have to deal with the good and the bad. Sometimes they don't know. I say to myself, these people trying to get to the USA, they don't even know what they're asking for. They don't even know what they want. They don't even know what they're going to get. You know? They just want a better life. Yeah. But sometimes I've seen where people have immigrated here and were shot down the next week because somebody did some craziness, crazy gun violence. People, you better know what you're getting to, what you want when you come to this country, because the good and the bad, sometimes even the ugly, can happen at any moment. Let's go round chain by releasing one nation of women love. Who we got? Murphy Hayes. What's up, brother? Go finger. What's up? He said, so the bully is the hero because he got shot. The bully is the hero. Okay, man. Okay. He said the bully is the hero because she got shot. Leave people alone. He said, leave people alone. And the parents were guilty of not having the weapon locked away. No. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna take his statement and break it down to you. Okay, like break it down to the ground. Number one, he said, so the bully is the hero because she got shot. Number one is wrong. Wrong. Negative. The bully is not the hero. If the teacher was the bully, and I said it earlier in the beginning of this program, the teacher, people call her a hero. She is not a hero. Okay, like Maury said, he is not the father. She is not the hero. Okay, she's not the hero. Not in my book. What did she do to be a hero? Can anybody answer that question for me? What did this teacher do to be a hero? You mean, oh, well, you said, Bob, she was shot at this. She took her children out of the classroom. She shot that make her hero status. No, it does not. That's her job. She did her job. Her job is to ensure that her children are safe. That's a part of her job. It's a part of her responsibility as a teacher. Okay. She is the leader in her class. She did what she was supposed to do. She did what her training as a teacher tells her to do in crisis situations. Okay. That does not make her a hero, ladies and gentlemen. Get that hero stuff out your mind about her. She's not no hero. Okay. She didn't go above and beyond her job. She did what she was supposed to do. All right. Now leave people alone. I agree with that. You shouldn't go around picking fights, and you shouldn't go around bothering people for no reason. Even if you're angry with someone, there's a way to deal with your anger. And so the young kid does not know how to deal with his anger. That's a problem with his training. That is where his parents failed him. They didn't sit him down and deal with the fact that he was troubled. They didn't sit him down and talk with him how you deal with your issues and how you deal with your, apparently, because obviously they didn't. If they did it, they didn't do it well enough. He came to school and he vented out his frustrations on his teacher with a weapon. Okay, he said, and the parents were guilty of not having a weapon allowed. Yeah, the parents are guilty of that. They failed the child on multiple levels, and having the weapon available to their children, to their child, was one of the things that they did wrong. And as they go through this case and investigators figure out what's going on with that family, I would surmise that we will find more critical areas of disagreement that the parents did not treat that child properly. Okay, and then I don't know what all the details yet, but I guarantee you'll find some more probably crazy things coming out of that situation. Let's go, Roger. Who we got? Murphy, he said, children should not have to be bullied by their teachers or peers. The classmates are learning. I agree with you 100% on that, my guy. I've been bullied by teachers. I've been bullied by other children in the class, my fellow students in the classroom as well. So, when a teacher doesn't like you, they can bully you with your grades. They ain't got to put their hands on you. They don't got to put them out. They don't got to tell you nasty words. They can bully you with your grades. They don't like it. That's what happened to me, man. Did I tell you about Miss Adams? Miss Adams was I think was 8th grade teacher, man. She was Caucasian. Me and her didn't get along. I didn't like her. You know why she didn't like me, man? Because I was a smart aleck. I'm just telling you the truth. I was one of the smartest kids in class. And every time she asked a question, I popped my hand up. She got tired. She didn't like me doing. She wanted some of the white kids. I was like, I know. And she went. Then she said, "Okay, Bob, put your hand. I see you." And she called on somebody else, and I did all that. I got on her last nerve, and then she would grade my papers always knocked me down. I knew my paper was A1. I was on it, man. I was on it, doggone it. She would always find a way to knock me down. You know, so yeah, bullying can come in a lot of different ways, man. Verbal bully, physical bully, you know, emotional bully, all kind of stuff, man. But it affects you, and you have to learn how to deal with it. How did I deal with that bully case from my teacher? I decided that, hey, me and her not gonna get along. And when I was doing all of that, I decided to let that go. I stopped raising my hand. I just knew I knew the answer, but I wouldn't say anything. It got to the point where she said, Bobby, why are you not saying anything? I said, I don't want to talk. I said, I know the answer, but I don't want to talk, or you're just gonna shoot me down. And then we had a discussion after that. And then when I said that, the class started out. It was a big thing, man. But you know, it's how you deal with bullying. You know, it's not what happens to you that counts in life, ladies and gentlemen. It's how you deal with it. And this young boy, parents did not prepare him to deal with bullying. Now, what should have been done if this child was being bullied by the teacher, as many are saying, then the teacher, the parents then should have had a conference with the teacher and or the principal of that school to voice out the fears of that child and the concerns of that child. Okay, so they may have never known he was being. I don't know. You know, nobody knows. But that's what people are saying. Some of the kids are saying that. I don't know. But it just, to me, that's a side issue. Okay, the primary issue is the young child shot someone, and that shooting could have been fatal. Thank God it wasn't, but it could have been fatal, and then we would be even more sad because then at that time someone's life would have been taken by a 6-year-old kid, and it would be even more serious. So thank goodness. It's a bad situation that it happened, but thanks goodness it wasn't as worse as it could have been. All right, let's go right train. Who we got? Smooth. What's up, man? He said, I know gun shootings are everywhere, but at least in the Philippines, it's more peace and togetherness. So guns are the last thing on the person's mind unless you are in terrorist areas. I agree with that to a certain extent. And then I disagree to a certain extent as well. Here in the Philippines, violence is abounds, just like everywhere else. Now, the level of gun violence may not be promoted or shown to the public as much, but the gun violence is here. People get killed a lot with guns here. Gun shootings are prevalent here. And the way they do it here, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, they do drive-by, okay? Motorcycle shooting, In USA, you drive by in a car and shoot. Here, they'll have a motorcyclist, and they'll have two people on a motorcycle. One is the driver, right, and the one on the back is the shooter. And so they'll stalk you out wherever you're going. As soon as they see you come out the door, whatever, bam, and you're going. That's how they do it here. So if they do that happens a lot. And so what happens in that instance, most of the time there's no tag on the bike, and the driver, the riders of the motor vehicles or the motorcycles have these big helmets on, and you can't see the face. You can't see. So that's what they do here. But there's violence here. Okay, so for those of you that think that there's nothing but peace and love out here and no violence, you are wrong. Don't come out here with that idea, because you're gonna be in trouble when somebody will bust you in your head and take all your money. Okay, don't do that, please, ladies and gentlemen. Understand, this is a beautiful country. The people are beautiful. I love living with beautiful people. I love living with people that are tranquil and peaceful, but there's an element that violence here, okay, that's very, very prevalent and especially in certain areas. Okay, so get that idea that your mind is so peaceful and calm here. Sometimes it is, depends on where you are. More importantly, ladies and gentlemen, it depends on how you are. Okay, I live in a good neighborhood, but there's I told y'all how I started this week off, this year off bad. There's crazy people in this subdivision. And I didn't know how crazy people were until some things happened, okay? I'm not going to detail what happened, but believe you me, there is violence here all over the world. Let's go around train by the DC One Nation on the group up. So he said, I agree, Ms. Hayes. It said that a teacher always made that child feel low. I hope she recovers, but she needs retraining as well. Yeah, I agree. She needs to be retrained. If that is what she was doing to the child, she does need retraining. And both the child, the teacher, and the parents, 3 people in that equation need to be trained. And then you want to add a 4th element, the school system. The school system failed him as well, okay? Teachers failed him by bullying him. School system failed by not checking the backpack, okay, making sure that he had no weapon, okay, and the parents failed him, okay, parents failed him, and then the community failed him because people are telling about this boy, that. We should be lifting him up in love and prayer, okay. The boy is just a boy, and he do what boys do, okay. And I don't, from my understanding, the boy doesn't have any mental problems. He was just angry, and he acted out on his anger. So he needs to be re-guided and reshaped as far as dealing with his anger. And so again, he was failed. He was failed on multiple levels. He was failed. There was failure on him from multiple levels, not just his parents, the school institution, the teacher, and community is large. Let's go Ryan Train. Who we got? Murder. I feel for the child because she brought that on herself. They both learned tragic lessons. She won't be bullying anyone anymore, and he's also. Okay. Let's put it like this. Both of them are affected in this situation. Okay. Even, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, even his classmates are infected. They saw him shoot the woman, and they may need some psychological counseling as well. I've never been in a classroom where I saw one of my fellow students pick up a 9mm and shoot somebody. And I don't know how, even if I'm an adult, I would still be a little feeling some kind of way about that. I've never saw somebody get shot up close and personal, but those little kids did. All of the kids in the class, that's going to leave an effect on them too. So everybody was affected by that. Not only the teacher, not only the children, the child who did it, community. Everybody's in the uproar about it, and they both, like he said, learned a tragic lesson. Okay, if she bullied him, like many are saying, she does need to be retrained, and she needs to be reprimanded if it can be. Let me put it like this: if it can be proven factually, because I'm not going by hearsay. Well, he said she did this. He said she did. I ain't going by that. And when you get in the courtroom, the judge ain't going by that. The judge gonna go by, where's your evidence? You said she bullied him. Where's your evidence, sir? The boy told me that. Just to what? Somebody told you that? Get out of my court. The judge gonna want the facts, the figures, and dates, and time, documentation. So if that can't be done, talk about that bullying stuff don't mean nothing. So if we can prove that she did that bullying to the boy, she needs to be reprimanded. Even if she didn't prove it, if it's just hearsay, she still needs to be reprimanded in her record that she was bullying the boy based on hearsay. Okay, so the boy, everything's done for a reason, a rhyme, and a season. Okay, so the young kid, he just didn't take up the, oh, there's a gun, I want to shoot somebody. No, there was always a reason. Let's go, Ryan Train. Who we got? Maria, he might not be the same. No, when you have a traumatic event, like I mentioned earlier in your life, usually those things stick with you for a while. Many of you can reflect on your past right now. If you go back in your mind, close your eyes with me one time. Close your eyes, 1 second. I remember the worst time in your life when you felt the worst. You felt in pain. You felt hurt. Remember the worst time in your life. Remember it. That's called traumatic memory. Everybody retains traumatic memory. And when you get in touch with a traumatic memory, it might have happened when you was 6 years old, might have happened when you was 5, 15, 20. That traumatic, when your mind comes and reflects on it, that puts you back. That's called a flashback, okay? And those flashbacks are moments that allow you to go back in time and you experience the emotions, you experience all the feelings that happen, and it seems like you just running it all over again. It's happening to you all over again. Okay, so yeah, we will always carry traumatic event moments in our mind. But in order to deal with them, it takes time, and it takes love, it takes prayer, and it takes, sometimes you may have to have a therapist to get you through it. Okay? Let's go around train by DDC one nation and go up. He said he would need to stay away from animals for a while. A lot of kids with violent hearts will hurt things that cannot fight back. You're correct on that. People don't realize this, but one of the ways that children, you can tell the future of a child as far as their violent tendencies, how they treat animals, how they behave around defenseless, harmless animals, little cats, little kittens. I remember when I was like 16, 17 years old. I lived with my grandmother, and next door to us, there was a family of a bunch of boys. The lady, they had a single mother, and she was raising a bunch of boys. And one of the little boys, he was about maybe what 12, 6 years old, something like that. He was about 12, a little bit younger than me. He had a cat, and he would. Oh look, I don't want to tell you all the stuff he did to his cat. And I was, man, what you doing? You know, he would just mute. He would do anything you think of doing bad to a cat. That boy would do. And then so later on, he grew up, and always in trouble, always fussing, always fighting. So I agree with you that violence on animals for children have a tendency to you can see the future where their life is, because their attitude toward animals usually is their attitude towards life. They're taking their inner feelings, their inner emotions out on a defenseless animal, and that shows that where they are in the head. Let's go. Freddie basically said, hit that like button, y'all. Don't cost the thing. Hey, that's right, man. Can you hit the like button for me, please? Tap that like button for me. Everybody hit the like button one more time. 1, 2, 3, chicha-paya. 1, 2, 3, chicha-paya. Hit the like button, y'all. Come on, let's get the likes up. We don't have a lot of people here. Hit the like button for me. Let's get it up, get it strong. Let's get it strong, long. Come on now, hit that like button. All right, for those of you that are here and you haven't signed up on the channel yet, go to Life in the Philippines. Bobby D and DC, go to Bobby D and DC Life in the Philippines and hit that like button on YouTube. And go to if you want to go. Well, we don't. You know what? Let me tell you. I had to get there. I had to get Philippines Connection, my Facebook page. I had to get that down, man. People were doing some crazy stuff on there, so I took it down. I might bring it back up later on, but I mean, I don't know what it is, man. People just want to mess with me, mess with the channel, crazy stuff. I said, nah, I ain't gonna have this. I just took it down. So y'all, if y'all want to get in touch with me, email me. Okay, let's go. Ryan Chain, Bobby Lee, One Nation, the group. And look, who we got? Very basic. He said it made me tough, Bobby D. I rough house with big boys and they couldn't make me quit. I know, man. I know. Hey, man, it made me tough too. You have to know how to deal with stuff, man. You just can't acquiesce to their demands. They used to give me your lunch. I said, I ain't give you nothing. Then they beat me up and took it, but they took it. But that's all right. I didn't give it. You know what I'm saying? And then I got tired of getting beat down. So you know what I did? I would run when I saw them coming, because every day I had to face them. I lived in Charleston, South Carolina. Y'all know where a street called Cumming Street is, right? Back in them, Cumming Street is a lily white area right now. When I was growing up, it was nothing but black folk, and it was rough back then. And so I lived on Cumming Street, and my school, elementary school, I had to walk to school. It was on what was the Courtney Elementary School. It was on what was the name of that? I think it was on Buchanan Street. Anyway, I had to walk to school. It was about a mile, almost 2 miles. And then during that, when I came to a place called King Street, that was a business area and there was stores and stuff. I knew when I turned that corner, them boys would be hanging out on that corner. Every day. So that was my signal. I get my speed on. But because I used to walk through there first. I didn't know what to do. But when they started tussling with me all the time. I just got my speed on. When I hit around that corner, I was like, pew! They couldn't catch me, man. That's how I did with them most of the time. But yeah, man, you got to deal with it yourself, man. You have to learn how to deal with bullies. You have to learn how to deal with people that put you down, because there's a lot of people won't physically touch you, but they'll touch you with their words. They'll belittle you, call you all kind of names. That's happened to me too. I know it's happened to you guys. It's happened to me. You don't think I let it bother me? No. I said, you the fool. In my mind, I wouldn't even say nothing to him. I said, fool. That's all you got to do. Say it in your head. Fool. And don't even look at it. That keep on going on like ain't nothing but. That's how you do, man. Let's go around train. Who we got? Maria, he said, kids today are not like us. Things are tougher on them. Violence is all over the world, and it was not like in our time. That is correct, my guy. Back in the day when we grew up, you didn't see the kind of violence where a 6-year-old bring a handgun to school. The only thing you would see back in the day, we were fighting. That's all we would get. After school, you get your dukes up and let's go, stuff like that. And at the most, somebody might have a knife or a razor. That's about it. There was no even I thought about bringing a gun, but that's because of the way of the world. Everything is about violence, and gun violence is the number one thing nowadays. People don't want to talk it out. They want to shoot it out, and that's the wrong way. I don't know. You can never, we will never be able to go back in time and reshape, but we have to start from this point forward and start making it right. One of the main contributions to this violence in our society, as far as guns and weapons, is, I believe, the video gaming. Kids look at that and they shoot it out. They think shooting. That's the answer. It's not the answer. You know, that's one answer. If you're in war, yeah, of course that's the answer. And if you put it against each other, you have to fight that way. But you're not in war. You're not in combat. The problem is when they look at these videos, their mind is in a combat zone. And so when they leave the video, and the mind is still on the combat zone of the video. And when they go to school, their mind is starting to remember that video. That's how I saw him do this. I'm gonna do it too. You know, gotta watch that, man. I didn't let my kids look at video games. I didn't do it because I knew that it would affect them in a way that I didn't want them to be. Now, many of you that have those video games in your family, you can't get it, you can't get rid of them now. You have an uprising from your children. Where you going, my where you going, my Sony Mega? Where you going, my Xbox? Where you going? To be throwing down on you. But it's so you have to deal with the types of game they're looking at. You have the right. And you buying them all these games, and they say, I want Mortal Kombat. What? Mortal Kombat. And you better get it for them. Let's go ride train by the DC One Nation. We got. I don't know who this is coming up with this. Hold on. What is this here? Come on, man. Don't bring this mess on my show, please. This is called spam, guys. People get on here and want to show all bunch of craziness about their particular thing, And I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm gonna block him. He gone. He won't be coming back on this show. And I'm gonna report you to YouTube when I get out the show. People like that, man, they have no consideration for anybody else. They just about their own agenda. And I'm asking you, whoever did that, if you're looking, don't do it again. Okay? Because number one, you block, but don't come back on my show. Because what they do is they'll get another idea, come back and do the same thing. Okay, but I'm just gonna block you again. Frederick Mason, he said, Sir, you're right. I'm thankful that I didn't grow up around the mess that's going on. Hey, man, I'm blessed. They call me Boomer. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care. Just don't call me late for dinner. But my time was one of the best times for growing up. That's why people in my era and are level-headed more because we didn't have all the easy stuff. We didn't have it easy. We didn't have video games. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have the things that we could sit down and watch. And some of them didn't have TV. I mean, I had TV, but we had just got one. But we didn't have all that. So what do we have to do? We have to use this, our imagination. And when you use your imagination, you become stronger because you have to think. Now that's what's one of the problems with our children nowadays. They do not know how to think independently. Only thing they can do is get the TV and watch the TV, or get a video, watch a video, and listen to the radio. That's all they look at. That's their at the radio, the TV, and the video game becomes their mentality. That becomes their mindset. There's no individuality. So when you take away their TV, you take away the game, you take away the cell phone, they like, oh, I ain't got nothing to do. Yes, you do have something to do. Read. Use your mind. So that's one of the things that's lacking in today's society. They don't use their minds constructively. They are dependent on things and gadgets to use to entertain them. And that's not very good on a long-term basis. Ryan Train, who we got? Smooth. He said, Mr. Hayes, might be a good idea to handle that girl's 18. I don't know what that girl 18. Hey, but I got them. I blocked them, man. They won't be coming back on here again. And I have some screeners. I have a gateway. So when you get on this show, it's going to ask you to put in your user ID and password and all like that. That blocks 90% of the trollers. But this guy did it. So anyway. He won't be back on here again. Ryan Train, by the DC One Nation, group of love. Murphy, he said, thanks, Move. I got one, but Mister, he had 3 of them out there, man. I got them all. I got them all. He ain't coming back in no more. Hold on. Yeah, I got them all, man. All right, who we got? Smooth, he said it was another teacher, a black lady who calmed the boy down and got the gun. The teacher who got shot was passed out in the office. Okay. People have things, and so she was right to calm the boy down. That's who that teacher that calmed the boy down. I would say she was a hero. Okay, that's who I would say is the hero because she went above and beyond her job. It was not her job to take a loaded weapon away from a student, a 6-year-old boy. That wasn't her job. That's not in her job description. Anybody see that in her job description? Huh? Your job, you must take weapons away from violent 6-year-old boy. And you must calm violent 6-year-old boy down. That is your duty. That's a part of your job. No, that was not a part of her job. She is the hero. She went above and beyond her. She put herself in a very violent and dangerous. You don't know what that boy could have done with that. He could have shot her. You know? That's the hero. Let's go around train by DC One Nation, group of love. We got Murphy. He said, I'm saying the general public is calling her hero. She calls the general public. Okay. Okay. No, the teacher that got shot, I don't call her a hero. The one that calmed the boy down and removed the weapon, that's the one that went above and beyond her job. That's the one I would say is the hero. Okay. Let's go around train. Who we got? Smooth. He said, my 8th grade teacher tried that booty stuff with me. He stopped after I threw him out the second story window. Come on, man, don't play with me. He got joked this morning, but there were bars on the side. He caught on to that to say, I know you're joking, right? Don't play with me, man. He threw him out the second story window. Come on, man. If I was your teacher, I would say, let's go. Ryan Trey, who we got? Smooth. He said, today that same teacher and his wife are on the sex offenders list in Michigan. Okay. Man, you had some bad people, man. What part of Michigan were you in? Detroit? You don't mess with nobody. If y'all ever mess with somebody with Detroit, you better stay away because they'll put it on you. I used to work with this girl when I was at Verizon. She was from Detroit. Every time she got mad, she said, "Don't mess with me. I'm from Detroit." And she would get man. She's like the devil would come out of her. She get that Detroit look. You better stay away. Let's go, Ron Chan. Who we got? Murphy, he said, most kids were strong during our time because we had parents that had proper parenting skills. The kids growing up today are raised by themselves and the computer. They're doomed to be caught up in. Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, the children, they have all these electronic gadgets. They don't even go outside, half of them. When I was a kid, we had to go outside. You just don't sit up in the house. And I, as a child, I was very industrious. I would work. I had a part-time job. After I got out of school, got on my bicycle, and I delivered medication for the drugstore to different families on my bike. I got paid. But before I got a job, I didn't sit in the house. My mom said, "You gotta get on out of here. Get us out of stuff. We can't just sit and look at TV." When we had a regimen. My mom was a very disciplined woman. When we came home from school, we had to do our homework. That's first thing. And then we ate. And then if we had a little time left over, we can watch a little TV, but not much because we had to get ready to go to school the next day. Yeah. So we did that. That was our routine. We didn't have time to get video games, but there wasn't no video game there. But what people did back in them days, instead of video games, what the kids would do, they would hang out on the street. Hang out on the street. That was the video game. Then get into trouble that way. And my mama didn't play that. Let's go around who we got? Murray Spanish, I got you, man. Ryan Train Smooth Sounds. He said, my mom beat my tail for writing a poem and a short story about taking a gun to school. The poem and story was actually about shooting her boyfriend. Oh, Lord, after he raped my sister. Oh, my goodness. Whoa. Smooth Sounds. You guys, because you hear what he said? She beat him because he wrote a poem about her boyfriend doing something very mean to her sister. And that's sad. That is sad. See, that's what I'm talking about, traumatic events, ladies and gentlemen, that happened to you when you were children or at some point in your life, and you'll always remember it, okay? And so I'm sure right now, when he goes back in his mind, Smooth Sound goes back in his mind, he gets a flashback about that moment. And he know that if she got a beating for doing something that was just terrible that happened to his sister, saying something about it. But if he was older, he probably could have mentioned the police. But back in them days, mentioning the police was a death wish for you. Because if your parents found out and they didn't want you to tell nobody, you would be in trouble. So that's hard, man. It's a very, very difficult situation to be in. You see something bad happening to your sister and you can't say anything about it. And then at the same time, your parent punishes you for even writing a poem about what happened. How sad is that? Now I'm beginning to see the type of family life that you had coming up, Smooth. You had it tough. You had it rough. But the good thing about it is that you survived, right? You're a survivor, right? You still alive. You're breathing. You're walking. You're talking. You're eating. You're above ground. And so that's the thing you need to draw upon. I'm still here. I went through that. Everything, every one of us goes through things in life for a reason and a what season. So thank goodness it didn't hurt you, it didn't harm you in any way. Physically, you may have had some mental scars, but you're repairing the scars and you was able to move on. Okay, let's go. Ryan Train, Bobby DC, One Nation Group. Murphy Hazy, my bad boy was being dead. My bad boy. What? They beat you, man? Come on, man. They didn't beat you, Murphy. Hey, what's wrong with you? That's what happens, though. Yeah. Sometimes children are in families that, get whippings. They call it whipping. When I was growing up, I don't think my mother didn't beat me that much, man. I'll be honest with you. My mother, I may have got tapped once, but she wasn't into that. She was talk to you, man. And when she get through talking to you, you'd be crying. That's how she was. She would talk to you, and then she would talk some sense to you to make you see that what you're doing was wrong. And then if you didn't straighten up, you was just crazy. Because she make it plain. She would sit down and talk to you, man. And when you got through, you feel so low, you're wrong, and you strange. That's how she was. She would talk every night. I remember I got a spanking one time. I call it spanking. I was like maybe 6. I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6 years old. My mama she had some chocolate covered cherries. Okay, she had a box. She had just bought a box of them, and then she was eating them, right, and she didn't want to share. Okay, I said, I said in my mind, look good. And she went out the room. She left them on the dresser, right? She was gone. I said, these. I ate one of the cherry, man. And when she came back, she said, Bobby. I said, yeah, ma'am. She said, did you eat my chocolate covered cherries? I said, no. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. She says, come here, son. I'm going to ask you one more time. Tell me the truth now. Did you eat my chocolate covered cherries? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, did you eat? She said, first, if you tell me, I'm not going to whip you. I'm not going to say nothing. I said, yeah, ma'am, I ate one. It was good. She said, okay, come here. She didn't beat me. She did it. Pop. Don't touch my stuff unless you had. Anyway, lesson, man. Let's go. Ryan Train. Who we got? Murray. He said, it made me the man I am today. Yeah, man. Discipline. It's not the beatings. It's what you learn from it. Okay. So you learn not to do certain things that's just wrong or that your parents considered wrong. It strengthened your mind. It busts your body up. Because back in them days, man, they just didn't tap you. They were like, come here, son. Go get this. Go get that switch off that tree and bring it here. Or they'll say, go get that electric cord right there. Yeah, bring that here. Bring that here. I got something for you. They take you up with it. Let's go around chain. We got Smooth. He said, I'm a very angry man, Mr. Hayes. I just know how to control it. Okay. It's important that you control your anger. It's important that you not act out on your anger. And more importantly, it is important that you understand why you're angry. Okay. If you got those things in control, if you understand those things, then you can be in control of your actions at all times. Ryan Train about these One Nation love. Murphy, he said, I know your story is so smooth. I know you've been through hell, but thank God you didn't hurt anyone. Yeah. It's important that we don't treat people the way we've been treated. That's most important. A lot of people that go through stuff like Smooth Sounds went through, they have a tendency to treat their children or other people the way they were treated and even worse. It's a cycle sometimes. If bad stuff happened to you, so you take it out on your children or you take it out on other people's children because you feel angry, you hurt inside. You never dealt with the issues that happened to you. And so you have unresolved anger and unresolved feelings and emotions that you never came to grips with. And so you harm other people because you're feeling angry and hurt inside. Let's go around, Jane. We got Smooth. He said, Miss Sears, and this is why I will be leaving here as soon as I can, so I can stay out of jail. Hey, man, you'll be all right, man. Keep your mind right. Get your mind on the right things. Treat people right. You're going to be out of jail. Don't let negativity weigh you down. Anytime you have negative thoughts in your life, in your mind, kick them out. Okay, because the negativity will take you to the ground. You're trying to elevate yourself higher in life. You don't want to go down. You want to go up. Okay, so you have to control your thought life. That's the key. Murphy, yes, because you could have been in jail long time. Yeah, things happen to you, man. I could have been, stuff happened to me. I could have retaliated and got stuff wrong, but thank God, I have people that's praying for me, and you should have people praying for you. Team here is praying. YouTube team here is praying for you all the time. Smooth. You got people praying. The Bible says the prayers of a righteous man availeth much. That means if you're a righteous man, you're trying to do what's right in the word of God, the people that are praying for you that are like that will cover you by the blood of Jesus, and you're gonna be all right. So always be around praying people. And if you see a person that's a prayer warrior like Murphy Hay and other guys out there, say, look, man, can you pray for me? What's wrong with that? Let's go around chain. Who we got? Yes, and that another reason why I left Michigan State. I got you, man. Round chain, who we got? Smooth. He said, hold on. He said, no, I'm dead serious. I threw him out the window. What? You from Detroit? Okay. Okay, y'all. You know what I said about them Detroit people. He said, I'm trying my best to leave that Detroit temper behind before I leave America. Okay. The people that I've met from Detroit were very, very tough-minded. They're very violent. They like to fight. This lady I work with, she wanted to, every time I turned around, somebody made her mad, she wanted to fight. And the other ladies had to calm her down. He said, I'm from Detroit. You don't talk to me like all kind of crazy stuff, man. So, but if you live in that environment, you have a right to change. You can change if you want to change. Okay. It's about you and how you deal with your issues. And don't let the issues deal with you. Don't let things take control of you, because it's easy to let things take control of you, because then you will let your anger consume you. Be strong in your mind, okay? If you're strong in the mind, anger won't consume you. You'll consume the anger and turn it around in your favor, okay? Let's go. Smooth. He said, I was 13 when he, what? What? Whoa. I'm not going to read that because y'all can see what he said. So you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the types of things, type of traumatic events that has happened to Smooth, and maybe countless of other many people out there that has had these things. I've never been involved with that type of situation in my family. And so he has. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of how things happen to people and you never even hear about it. But the people know about it. Those thoughts are not going away from his mind. They're still there. He's carrying it on a day in, day out basis. Does it hurt? Yeah, it hurts. Because every time you reflect on it, that pain from the past comes back to your mind. It's like you're going through it over again. But you have to know how to deal with that pain and resolve those issues of anger. Hopefully, he's done that. Let's go. Ryan Train, Bobby Lee, One Nation, the room of love. Chocolate up chair. Yeah. Yuckiest things. It wasn't yucky to me. That too. Yeah, it wasn't yucky to me. I tore it up. But it was good. I don't like them now though. But the only kind of chocolate I like chocolate with have nuts in it. Like Snickers, Almond Joy, what else? Snickers, Almond Joy, Hershey's with almond, anything with almonds or nuts in it. I love it. There was a candy called Squirrel Nut. Y'all remember that? Squirrel Nut. I love me some Squirrel Nut. Man, I could eat that all day. Squirrel Nut. There was another one I can't think of. Butternut. Remember Butterfinger? Butterfinger. Remember Butterfinger? Yeah, I love some Butterfinger. Let's go around chain. Who we got? Murphy, Smooth say it ain't so, bro. Hey man, life is life. Just like this 6-year-old boy shot the woman, you would never think of it. He had that. Smooth Sound had similar traumatic experiences. Things happened to his family member. Then he saw it. Okay. And he'll never forget that. But he knows how to deal with it. That's the most important thing. You know how to deal with it. You don't go back to a terrible time in your life and live there and wallow in it. You don't do that. But you do learn from it, and you remember the bad stuff so that you don't have to repeat it again. That is the most important thing to do. I'm looking at some people out here, y'all. We got to keep watching our house nowadays. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, we have to get CCTV. Yeah, I got CCTV installed now, so I can look at them on the camera, baby. And I got a good one, man. This one, it has motion detection on it. Motion sensor. So if anybody move, they're going to you do like that, they're going to take a picture, and I know what's going on. But anyway, I had to do that. Some craziness going around. But let's go. Round chain, we got it. Smooth. He said, it is. I got you, man. I got you, man. All right, let's go, man. We got a lot of stuff here. Well, you're coming close to the end. Okay. Anthony Ligon, what's up, Anthony? He said, what's up, Bobby D and DC22? The Love Train from Detroit, Motor City. We don't play, but we got lots of love for our brothers and sisters. I got you, man. Detroit in the house. Detroit in the house. You know, Malcolm X was called Detroit Red. Y'all know that? Malcolm X. You know, he was called. That was one of his street names, Detroit Red. I read my autobiography. If you don't know, go read the autobiography of Malcolm X. It was one of his. And I think they did the movie too. I'm not sure if they put it in the movie. I didn't see the movie, but they said the movie wasn't as good as the book. Go read his story. He did a lot of stuff for you. But when he went to jail, that's when he changed. He discovered Islam, and he started reading everything changed about him. So people can change if they want to. Let's go around chain by releasing one nation group. Murphy, he said, you from Detroit? Yeah, man. We got a lot of Detroit people out there. Detroit strong, Detroit proud. You know what I'm saying? Proud. I'm fooling people. The lady that was from Detroit, I'm not gonna mention the name because I know her. She's faithful friends now. She was nice. She's a very nice person. Very nice, very cordial, polite. But when you hit that wrong chord, hit that wrong note around her, she turned to like a devil. Let's go. Who we got? Smooth. He said, true, Mr. Lincoln. Ryan Train, who we got? And that's horrible shooting was the 17th school. That horrible shooting was the 17th school shooting by a child under 10 years old. Pray for our children. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I gave you statistics about school shootings, child violence, gun violence in children early in the part of the show as well, for those who came in late. But it's terrible, man. Yeah. Do what you can. Pray. You can pray, right? You know how to pray? Everybody know how to pray? No, pray. Pray for the children. Pray for the teachers. Pray for the authorities. Yeah. Pray for the institutions out there that have to house children that do wrong. Like this little boy's in the institution right now. He's in detention. Pray for the people that train his mind and make sure they train it the right way. That's what we can do. Let's go. Who we got? Yes, Gunny, Detroit. Ryan Train, we got Anthony Liggins. He said, you're right about Malcolm X. I know lots of his family members still live in Detroit. Yeah, he was in Detroit, and then he went to Michigan, Lansing, Michigan. I think it was Lansing, Michigan, and they used to call him Detroit Red. Do y'all know why they called him Detroit Red? Who knows why they call him Detroit Red? I don't know. Y'all ain't know that. Better read, somebody. Y'all better learn how to read. They call him Detroit Red. That's the name he got when he was a pimp. He was a pimp, and then he was a pusher too. And he had red hair. His hair was red, sort of, black people sort of reddish hair, and his color, his face was sort of reddish too. And that's how he got the name Detroit Red. He was a bad pimp back in the day, man. You better mess with him. Then he was a pusher too. I don't think he didn't dabble in drugs, but he was a pusher. But he got locked up for it. And that's when he went to jail. It was the best thing ever happened to him. Let's go. I can tell you all about it. Anthony, there you go. See what I told you? You were right. Yeah, ready. He know about Malcolm X. You got to know your history, man, so you don't repeat the bad stuff. That's it, man. I hope y'all got something out of it today. If you didn't get anything out of it, I didn't do my job. So I hope if I didn't do my job, let me know. Go in the comments, put what you think about the show. If you like the show, say you like the show and tell me what you liked about it. I need more comments in my show. On my YouTube videos, I need y'all to hit the comment section a little bit more than what y'all doing, okay? But if you liked it, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. It doesn't matter to me. As long as you make a comment, I need the good, the bad, the ugly. Make a comment on all of my videos, whether it's live video, whether it's a short video, or just a regular video. Make a comment, man. That lets me know you're listening. That lets me know you're looking. And I appreciate everybody that looks at our videos and comments as well. It helps me, and it helps the algorithm. If you know what the algorithm is. The algorithm is a YouTube formula. It's a software that YouTube uses to promote videos. Okay. If you have a lot of comments and the likes, then your video, because the algorithm sees that, it will promote that video higher than other videos. And the more your video is promoted by YouTube, the more other people see it, and therefore they may subscribe. The more subscribers you have, the bigger your channel gets, the more opportunity for revenue, ad revenue, etc., and everything gets better all the way around. So I'm explaining this to you because I'm asking you like, comment, and subscribe on the videos. And also, my brothers and my sisters, you can share the video as well. All of those things help the algorithm, YouTube algorithm, pull up this channel. Okay, and that's my goal this year. I want to get at least 15,000 subscribers. That's my goal. I probably want to get there. That's my goal. If I don't get it, that's okay. No, I'll just keep trying. That's what I do. Okay, but I bring it all for you. It's been real. It's been real. It's been real. These out doing some things, but she'll be back later on. It's been real being with y'all. Be with y'all again. If you don't see me tomorrow, I might get you tomorrow night, but I'm gonna try to get tomorrow morning, same time, same place, same station. Okay, guys, it's been real. It's been real. It's been real. Y'all take care. This Bobby D saying take care. God bless. Peace. See you on the backside of tomorrow.